What in the world, boss? Your boy Big Low Country. I hope that everybody out there is doing great. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. You know what? I'm gonna change that. Tonight I'm a former football coach that loves to talk about our current football coach in Raheem the Dream Morris. What in the world, bro? We in there. We back in the game now. We were looking. It was looking rough for a minute. It was looking destitute. We were driving aimlessly around 285. Didn't know which exit to get off of. We were like, Lennox? Oh, no, no, no. We don't want to go over there. Oh, man. So, as y'all know, the Atlanta Falcons just selected their next head coach moving forward, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to unpack it. This is an emergency coaches meeting. So, the emergency coaches meetings, they sometimes they get a little intense. But this is why I'm here. I'm here to kind of help regulate things, help make sure that everything goes right. But first of all, I got to show love to everybody that's showing love to us. So first of all, we got Pelicans Know You in here. So what's up, Big Low and the family? He said rise up, but he spelled it wrong. And he says, let's go safe. What's going on with you, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight, man. Then he says, Raheem the Dream, you can't make this up, Bo. Like, it was meant to be. It was me. It'll be. Oh man, D say he said the Falcons suck so bad. Chris B, he says it took Washington a year or so to come up with a new name just to reveal commanders. Falcons had time to hire a head coach, just to hire Raheem Morris.
Not comparing it to the Commanders.
The Commanders. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, the Commodores. Big John Higgins in here. Joan is in here. Much love to you. John says, Big Low, well, we did it, and I love it. Now, just surround him with a good group of coaches. Also, go find a quarterback from free agency or through the draft. And some pass rushers on defense. Yeah, look, I'm not even knocking you, Bo. Real Talk Sports is in here. Terror Artist 404 said, we'll see how it goes, man. I see D. Lawton's in here. It says, I see why we're called the Falcons. Spelled, I'm pronouncing it correctly. He said, I seen your post, coach, with the Fresh Prince. Then this happened. So you blame it on me. Dang, go. I should have said Bobby Slowick instead. That's what I should have said. But we are where we are. Once again, we're gonna kind of break everything down. We're gonna unpack everything that we got going on. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons did take Raheem Morris, as the new head coach, and once again, Jim Harbaugh was a coaching candidate. Bill Belichick, I know a lot of people are disappointed because we didn't get possibly the greatest coach of all time, but y'all know it's a positive. We're on the positive kick over here. We're looking at things positively. So even though that's something that a lot of people didn't want, a lot of people wanted Belichick. Y'all know for a fact I wanted Jim Harbaugh with every fiber of my being, with every 300 blase pounds of my being. I wanted Jim Harbaugh. I'm sorry, 200 pounds of my being. I wanted Jim Harbaugh. But, it didn't happen. But once again, we have to look at the positives. So, yeah, we got a lot of folks in here coming in showing love with us. Watt Jones, Daniel, Tyler says LOL at us. Goodness gracious. So, we're going to unpack it, man. We're going to unpack it. But first of all, if you could, I don't know if I had a chance to say it yet because, I'm so fired up over new beginnings. What's the symbol for a new beginning, Coach Ronnie? Is it a butterfly? Or butterfly symbolization of new beginnings? I don't know either, but
Phoenix?
a phoenix.
No,
I don't.
it's like the rising.
Rising up.
Old.
Yeah.
I
Anyway, it's new beginnings. But look, if you can, make sure that you hit that like button. I would definitely greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Share the channel with your friends and family. And if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world Bo in the comments. I would definitely and greatly appreciate that. As you can see, we're not in our normal setting. No, we at Mama Country's tonight. Shouts out to Mama Country. She threw down fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, cabbage, cornbread, no rice, cornbread,
No rice, but she apologized for
She,
there not being rice.
she
But
doggone should
they
too.
put rice with everything
She
down
doggone
here.
should apologize too. How can you doggone make cabbage with no rice? Like what in the world? But shouts out to Mama Country. I'm fed. I'm well fed. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling froggy. I'm ready to go. With some additional news that we have tonight, I don't know if y'all have heard, but if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Mike Conti, shouts out to Mike Conti, put out a press release or mentioned the press release that the Atlanta Falcons put out a little bit earlier, about 20 minutes before the show, stating that Rich McKay is no longer the head of football operations. But I thought he wasn't the head of football
Yeah, I
operations.
thought they said he just fixed windows and stuff at the stadium.
Like what?
So I don't understand what this announcement is
What?
because this announcement has been made previously.
What? What in the world? Uh, so that's something else to figure out. Raheem Morris, Terry Fontenot will report directly to Arthur Blank moving forward. So that's definitely a good thing. Now the question is, it's like you get rid of one guy in the organization, you don't know what he does, and you say, you know, what 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 does Rich McKay do? Because that's the same question that we were asking last year with um, Dave Ragone. Like, what do you do? Now here we are, Rich McKay. Like, what do you do? I mean, because you know what I thought was weird last year at training camp. I was walking back to the truck, and he was jogging.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like I got a picture with him. I like, wait, is that Rich McKay? I sit here like, well, and then I was like, okay, well, I understand. You know, he's the, you know, the Mercedes Benz guy, Mercedes Benz Stadium guy, but like, seems like he should be
At Mercedes Benz.
at Mercedes Benz,
And
or he should be with the team while they going through training camp on the first day. Like, I mean, he's just jogging, just living life, just running. So, at the end of the day, the question is, what does Rich McKay do? All right. So, first of all, we got our first Superman chat of the day. My homeboy Iron Man Mike G, he says, my heart can't take it anymore. What in the world, bro? Da da da. That's a Superman chat. Much love to
in a
you.
good way or a bad way?
I don't think it's in a good way. I don't think it's in a good way. So let's just jump into it. Let's just jump into it, coaching staff. Is it a situation if you dislike the Raheem Morris hiring at head coach? Put a one in the chat. If you do not, if you do like it, put a two in the chat. So if you don't like it, put a one. If you do like it, put a two.
What about those of us that are just waiting to see?
If you like, well, you know what? All right, we'll put that up. We'll put that up. If you just waiting to see, if you like, all right, we'll see. Put a three in the chat. Y'all know I don't never do one, two, threes. So you know that this is a, this is a special kind of situation. This is a special kind of situation. Richard Nelson came in here. What in the world? But I hope you're doing good, man. Shouts out to Joe's Barbershop. Joe's Barbershop. I need a barber. Let me know. I might come and get a cut. Said bad news tonight. The best news tonight was McKay was getting on, get gone. So one, if you don't like it. Two, if it's a situation where I can rock with this, I can get behind this. Three, if it's one of those cases where you're like, I just don't know. I just don't know. So while those comments are coming in, um, uh, let's see, Clax Five White. He says, "Congrats, you do get a draft pick plus. We and Bucks land in search for OC because the Panthers grabbed ours when we thought we had the answers. We're looking at your last guy. Bulls likes his style of play. Well, oh,
Let's go. I'm sorry. Wait. What? What? Who is he looking at?
I guess looking at Art Smith. I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
look, look,
feel free.
yeah, feel free. That's all I can tell you. Feel free. You know, it's gonna be it's gonna be weird, but hey, I mean,
It won't be weird for me at all. I'm good.
oh man, so let me see what everybody's saying in the chat, man. Let me see what everybody's saying in the chat. We're gonna talk about Raheem Morris. We're gonna talk about the positives and negatives and how we got here. Then we're also gonna talk about the whole Rich McKay situation. So uh, Joe's Barbershop, Dre Murphy, Will Cotton. They say they don't like it. They say pineapples. They don't like it. Jimbo 80, he says two. He said he rocking with it. Ghost Pepper says Rich McKay equals Magic Don Wise. Arthur Blank equals bottom garden too. Wow. So you say he pimping it. So you say he pimping it. Okay. I got it. I might say he don't like it. He said pineapples. Anthony Matthews, Mike Hollywood, they say they can rock with it. LJ says one, I don't like it. X Men Entertainment, shouts out to you. He says one. He says I don't like it. Lamar, Angel, Almanza, Jalen, Ali. They said they can rock with it. T Terry said he can rock with it. WCG, he says one. He says he don't like it. Tyler says 1.5. Unimpressed. Man, DA Hunter, he says two. Clay, he says one. He doesn't like it. So it looks like we got a little bit of a mixed bag, Coach Ronnie. I actually put up a poll on Twitter as well. Make sure that you check us out on Twitter at Big Low Country, spelled Kuntry at Big Low Country. You can check us out there, and you can see how that Twitter poll is going. So you can keep up with the pulse of how the fans are feeling. If this microcosm isn't enough for you, so
There was a lot of threes in here.
oh, there's a lot of threes in there too.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach Ron, she got a three. She says she's waiting to see. Justin Jameson said he like it, he love it, wants some more of it. Dre True Statement, Austin, Tyler, Angel. Okay, so I guess the threes, the threes came, I guess, after I.
We're a gang. We come all together and vote. Three, 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 three.
Why you always like a
Gang,
gang?
gang.
A gang? Like what? How do we get here?
Threes
I
up.
just said one, twos, and threes. Coach Roy throwing threes up like, hey, Coach Roy, no. What you doing? What in the world? I see there's a lot of threes in the chat, though. Brian Moses, Richard. Yeah, so I mean, Ashley, shouts out Coach Ashley, keeping Padre in line. Keep what the good words is. Justin. So I mean, look what I can do has its own channel now. Look what I can do. Yeah, you don't like it because you want Smith backs.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. So moving forward, y'all know what we do, and thank y'all so much, everybody who voted. I'm going to be highlighting everybody's votes as we go on. Also, Padre says, "What's good, content creator Roni?"
I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry. I was doing some gang recruiting in the.
okay,
comments.
all right, Coach.
What were you saying? What you say?
Coach Padre said, "What's good, content creator, Coach Roni?"
Uh,
You doing all that recruiting and everything like you're a content
yeah,
creator.
for my street gang, not for
Oh,
my
street gang
gang.
threes,
Yeah.
trays, like
Trays.
okay,
A trays.
eight trays. What the world? All right. so moving forward, it's one of them situations where we got to look at the positive, the negatives, and just look at the overall scope of the situation. That's what we do in coaches meetings, right? Shouts out, what's that? Davion Delos says Raheem the Dream, hotel, motel, red roof, inn. See, a lot of young Thundercats don't know that about that. They be thinking about the Cassidy song. You can catch me in the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Say what? They don't know nothing about the Raheem Dream. They don't know nothing about that. The Red Roof Inn. Y'all still Thundercats. They used to be the spot though. Red Roof Inn was the spot. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got thrown off track. But we got to look at the positives, the negatives, and we just got to look at the overall scope of the situation. Should we start with the positives or the negatives first, Coach Ronnie?
See, I always start with the positives,
So we go up to be brought back down.
and then we'll go back up when we talk about Rich McKay.
Okay, that sounds that sounds like a plan. Little two in here says, "What in the world, Bo?" Shouts out to Mama Country. Here go $5 towards some rice. Thank you so much, Bo. I appreciate that. You just made my night, Mama Country. We got rice coming tonight, baby. Da da da. That's a Superman chat. Oh man. So let's talk about the positive. Not Rich McKay, Raheem Dream Morris, previous experience with the Atlanta Falcons. One, previous head coach, previous head coaching experience. A lot of people don't know this. Raheem Morris, I believe he coached with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from 2009 to 2011. I remember he was the head coach whenever me and Coach Roney um, got married in matrimony, holding matrimony. I remember picking on I remember picking on Coach Roney's uncle. I was like, man, Raheem Morris sucked. I remember telling him that, you know. Now here we are. So but he has previous coaching experience. If we look at the rest of the field, Jim Harbaugh, unfortunately he left. We weren't able to take him. Bill Belichick, apparently there was things going on in the front office, and I guess they thought he was just going to be a little bit too old to keep things going. But at the end of the day, he's still Bill Belichick, right? So they wanted somebody who was a little bit younger. Mind you, I didn't know this. I just found this out today. Raheem Morris, 47 years old.
He's 47. He's 47.
That black don't crack.
He does.
Raheem Morris, 47 years old.
Okay.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, he walk around looking like a young Thundercat. He's 47 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so but he's considered a young coach in the NFL because most coaches, well, back in the day, let's say 10, 15 years ago, most coaches were in their 50s and 60s. But nowadays, you got all these young Thundercat coaches, and not necessarily young Thundercat, but you got the um, coaching Houston, who's like what 38. You got Kyle Shanahan, you got Mike McDaniel, you got uh, Sean McVay. It's a whole bunch of young coaches that are out there, and I feel like the league is just kind of going in that direction. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. So moving forward, that's one of the situations where that's something that we can keep in mind. I feel like uh, Bill Belichick.
No, I don't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Mm-mm.
Can you hear me now? I feel like Bill Belichick. I feel like it's one of the situations with him where if you think about it, you have an owner who's in his 80s, and then you have uh, a head coach that's in his 70s. Like, where do you go from there? It's like if you want to build, if you want to build a winning program for years to come, where do you go if Bill Belichick is your head coach?
Nowhere.
You got Bill Belichick, you got Arthur Blank. For a quick example, 10 years ago, I went to my first Atlanta Falcons game. And I remember seeing that Arthur Blank, he wanted to create a new chant to help the atmosphere in the Superdome at that time. So what he did was he actually said, hey, whenever we kick the ball off, let's all make a chant. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be fun because at that time I never been to a game before, so I said, oh, that's gonna be fun. So what the chant was, I said, okay, check this out, everybody. And I was like, okay, this is okay. What we got? Whenever they kick the ball off, we're gonna say, "Go Falcons, go!" I'm like, wait, that's it? What kind of 1940 stuff is this? But that's what you have if your owners, long in the tooth. That's what you have if your owners been around and seen a few pecan seasons. Now, moving forward, you got, a 47-year-old coach who acts like he's 30s, in his 30s or in his 20s. And then, you got, a young GM who can, kind of stay hip with the times, and you can still get a chance to get things done, have these great relationships with, all of these other coaches and all these other organizations, and you can kind of help take that next step. So that's a positive. Another positive is players like Raheem Morris. Like that's something that we just got to acknowledge. We got another Superman chat. Iron Mike says, "Am I misremembering?" But Did he go 4-7 and blame his coaching staff before we let him go last time? If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I don't like it. And I understand. Look, we looking at the positives. We get to the negatives in just a minute. But that's a Superman chat day, bro. Talk about shady. So it's one of those situations where another thing that we got to consider is that players like Raheem Morris, you know, and I feel like this is the biggest reason why we brought Raheem Morris in here, Coach Roney, because number one, he's familiar with some of those players, and players like him. Whenever he got the job, Jalen Ramsey tweeted,
I saw that.
"We may have got the best coach in the NFL."
I saw that.
Kyle Pitts tweeted, "Woo!" Like he was relieved.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen Kyle Pitts tweet.
Yeah, he tweeted and he did the. I guess that means money. I don't know what these emojis. It was emoji of this. Like what that means.
I don't know. We gotta ask the kids.
Yeah, kids, y'all Thundercats, y'all let me know what this emoji mean. I didn't know if it was money or, if that was like a chef's kiss.
Yeah, chef's kiss.
Okay,
Maybe?
I don't know, but that's another thing that we have to keep in mind. The players like him. AJ Terrell says reunited and it feels so good. It's like a lot of these guys that are on this roster, they were here whenever the Falcons had one of the most successful eras in their history. Raheem Morris was here. If you go back and watch the clip when Arthur Blank was doing the old man 1920 shuffle in the locker room, we were going to the Super Bowl. Raheem Morris was dancing with him. Mm-hmm. That was the greatest. That was greatest season in Atlanta Falcons history. So, I mean, maybe that's one of those situations where they're trying to bring that old thing back. Chris B says Red Roof Inn doesn't leave the light on for you. Hotel 6 does, though. What in the world? Oh, man. So we also got a Superman chat from Stefan Shelley. He says Rich McKay should have been fired with old Artie. Rich seems to blame others and hides behind his decisions when they fail. Terry and Raheem should be free to make their own personal decisions.
Personnel.
Oh, I'm sorry. And personal. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. But yes, they should be free to make their own personnel decisions.
And personal decisions.
And personal decisions, yes. Both. But, I mean, so it's one of those situations where that's something that we got to keep in mind. So those are some of the positives. Another positive that we do have to acknowledge is the elephant in the room. I'll let you.
Let who?
I'll let you say what it is.
What is it?
Huh?
What is it?
I mean,
Well, I know a lot of people are excited, because Atlanta is a majority black city, so they're excited to have the first black head coach. I get it, culturally or whatever. That's super exciting, but on the same token, it's like I put that 3 in the chat for a reason. 3 years. I put that 3 in the 3 years. Shout out to Drake's statement.
If you undecided, want to see what's up, 3 years. If you want to know is he gonna win or what, 3 years.
Yeah, because it's like, while that's exciting, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'm unsure. It's like I'm not mad about it, but I'm not like, yes, this was definitely a 100% right pick. I'm willing to wait and see, though.
Yeah.
I'm willing to wait and see.
Yeah. Jamal Granson here says, Raheem, my cousin, I don't claim him because he won't let me drive the Range Rover. He's still my coach, though. Hey, I ain't knocking you, bro. He won't let you drive the Range. Shouts out to Cuz. Maybe one day he'll let you do it because he's going to get a whole lot more money. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat.
He can get another Range.
He get another one. Same color, everything. Oh, man, Shady calling me. I'm going to hit you back up, Shady. But, yeah, that's something that we do have to keep in mind. Atlanta is a predominantly black city. And, I know that it might help ticket sales, but I'm going to be completely honest with you, Coach Ronan. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember one of the greatest R&B albums of all time.
I just want to sing by music.
And what's your what's the comparison?
I just want to win.
I just want to win.
I just want to win.
That's what I'm saying.
Music Soul Child had one of the greatest R&B albums of all time.
And let me be clear, because a couple of people I've seen a couple of comments in the chat like, well, I don't care, I don't want it to just be about him being black or whatever. We're acknowledging what he is. He is black. He is the first black head coach in a majority black city, so we will acknowledge that. But what we're going to focus on is the most important part here. Can he help us win? Like that's what I want to do.
That's it.
Like, can we win though?
That's it. I said, why do I still see threes covered up?
Because I told you we're a gang. 3 years.
Okay.
I told you I was recruiting for my street gang.
Okay, I hear you.
Run these streets of YouTube comments. Chucking up the trade.
Wait a minute. All right, Coach Rudd, chill out now. Because we don't know. Hey, y'all, we ain't nobody's rival. Ain't time for light says, Bo, what in the world? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good tonight, Bo. Hope you're doing good tonight. Now, I mean, so I'm a Trey Statement talking about 3
It's organic. Just threw it up in the chat. That's right. 3 Trey gang.
Man of God says ATL put themselves behind, put themselves back for 3 years with this hire.
Wait, are you talking about this hire or that last hire that literally put us back for 3 years?
That's I mean, it was literally 3 years.
Literally put us back for 3 years. And I would like to remind everyone that I told y'all when he first got hired that it wasn't a good idea. I told y'all that.
So I just never seen somebody who fires. You do it so organically.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say I told you so. Like it's so many different ways.
It rounds me up and it rounds up my gang members. So we're ready to go.
What? Okay. All right. I don't know how we got here. What, or it's a hashtag 3E. Like,
I'm telling you.
What's going on? Three's up, Trey gang.
Andre must be asleep because I know he's going to be one of my generals. Dre two straight men. Dre two statements, one of my generals. I know Padre's going to be one of my generals. I'm keeping an eye out. See how you guys rep. See who else is going to be my general.
Trying to figure out, will he win or what? What's going on? Man, so let's talk about the negatives. Now, the first negative that I see, first of all, I hadn't had a chance to be on here, but my heart is heavy. The fact that we let Mr. Ryan Nelson go.
Yeah.
Y'all, whenever I found out that news, I ain't gonna lie to you, I got in my feelings. I played me some Drake, and I went down the list. I played I Better Find Your Lovin', Controller, Passion Fruit. I played all the Drake In Your Feelings songs, and I sung them at the top of my lungs. Whenever we found out that Ryan Nelson, what you look so confused for?
Oh no, my I watched the show on the phone.
To
make sure mine is frozen right now.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I'm not going to put votes out that involve 3 because I know that there's apparently a gang out there now. So if you feel like we should have kept Ryan Nelson, put a 4 in the chat. If you feel like, hey, we need to move on from him, put a 5 in the chat.
And if you wish Ryan Nelson well with the Jaguars, throw them 3s in that chat. Throw them 3s in that chat.
What's up with the 3s? Like, I know. So I've been telling y'all something. Y'all know how Coach Ronda always have these weird crushes. Chance the Rapper. That's why he's so passionate about the 3. Cause Chance the Rapper, one of your weird crushes, and he be wearing.
I've never had a crush on Chance the Rapper.
Yes, you did.
I've never found him attractive. I just liked his music.
Nah, you said you
that
like.
Was very different. No.
Oh, okay. Because I thought for sure.
I never thought
you're like, oh my God, he had such a cute voice. And then.
No.
Oh, okay.
I liked his music.
Oh, okay.
I liked his flow.
Okay. All right.
You
ain't got to fake the phone.
It's only you, baby.
You ain't got to fake the phone.
It's only you, Big Low.
Just everybody be calling you out about it.
I got eyes for you, Big Low.
You better. Oh man. So Let's see. Trinity 4.3. Like what? What in the world? 4.3. Marcus Stone said he feel like we should have let Ryan Nelson go. Eric Allen feels like we should have kept him. Who that dude and me says we should have kept him. Put 4 4s. Um, was that Losi 511 and Jamie Payne? Feel like we should have kept him. Georgia Texas boy, he put the threes up.
That's right.
I'm so confused. Dante Spate felt like we should have went ahead and moved on from him, but he's a Saints fan, so he has hate in his heart. He has hate in his heart. Also, I do need y'all to do a country boy favor. Make sure that you hit that like button. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it if you could. Dante Spate, Marcus Johnson, like what's up all threes? I said 4 or 5. Like what's going on?
You know what's up.
Y'all start gassing Coach Rodeo because she gonna be walking around talking 3 like randomly. I'm gonna be on a work call tomorrow. 3 like I'm sorry y'all. My wife, she part of this imaginary gang. Like, okay.
It seemed real. It seemed real in these chats.
Oh man. Brent says Kilo Ali as the special teams coach. Man, but yeah, so I feel like that's going to be a huge hit. Losing Ryan Nelson. That's because you got to think about it. Raheem Morris, he's coming in as a defensive coach, so he's going to probably get one of his understudies to come in and be the guy on the defensive as a defensive coordinator, just to kind of try to help him get him some experience. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of these guys, they give guys these coaching jobs not necessarily because they think they can do a good job, but so they can help bolster their resume. I mean, that's legitimately the case. That's why Bill Belichick gave Matt Patricia the offensive coordinator job. Did he feel like he was going to do good? Probably not. But he was like, between the two of us, we could get something figured out. But whenever Matt Patricia applies for a head coaching job down the road, he can say, yes, I was an offensive coordinator. That's something that I done.
So Jalen Hilton and Joe's Barbershop have asked a good question. We know that Ryan Nelson is gone, but what about Dave Ragone? What's going on with Dave Ragone? We all want to know what's going on with Dave Ragone.
So according to the sources that I've seen on Twitter, it's led to believe that Zach Robinson is probably going to be our new offensive coordinator.
Who is that?
Zach Robinson is an assistant coach with the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, okay.
He coached the wide receivers, and we've seen how well their wide receivers have done for the last few years.
Oh, that's going to be a nice little upgrade.
Yeah,
nice
and
promotion.
Yes, and then he was a passing game coordinator, and we've seen how well the passing game has looked the last few years. So, I mean, I feel like that could definitely be a good move. And, I mean, if we look at it, he's basically – we wanted a guy because I wanted Slowick after I found out that we weren't going to get Bill Belichick, or found out we weren't going to get Jim Harbaugh. I wanted Slowick, and the reason why I wanted him is because he comes from that Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. But I mean, hopefully you still have a guy who's from that Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. He's Kyle Shanahan's coaching grandson. I mean, because he's coming from Sean McVay's coaching tree. Sean McVay taught him everything that Kyle, well, probably not everything he knows, but that's how the OGs get you. They'll teach you everything you know, but not everything they know.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Lamar 247 says, so who's going to order the Waffle House for the team from now on?
Rich McKay.
Oh, yeah, well, he does. He wants to be involved in football operations so bad. He can put the order in.
Oh, man. Shouts out to my homeboy Redrick over there. I see he be over there representing the Dirty Birds Nest. He said, yes, I heard that McKay is finally giving up football operation. Finally. After he helped lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a Super Bowl 25 years ago.
Oh, my God.
He's finally giving it up.
I wonder what happened behind the scenes that they made that choice. Because at their press conference, they were going hard for, yeah, this makes sense. This is just what we do. They seem to be caught off guard when everybody's like, why is he here? Like, they really were not expecting that question. Where is Terry? Why is he here?
I feel like there was enough backlash from the
From the
fans
press conference,
and from the press. Yeah, from that
the
press
press
conference.
grilled them in
The
that.
press
They
grilled
them.
And I mean, I think Arthur Blank was like, "Wait a minute, Rich.
Hold on there, fella.
Hold on there, fella. You think you could get me all discombobulated? You swindler." I don't know what kind of 1920 slang they do.
Rub two nickels together and get a shiny penny, y'all.
I don't know.
So from that press conference, they got after him about it was obvious that everybody was seeing, hey, Rich McKay, his role doesn't seem defined, and it seems like he makes all the decisions but takes none of the blame. And then you're handicapping your other employees to be able to do their job accurately.
Yeah.
And then after the press conference, there's a complete change because some of the reports were saying that Bill Belichick didn't want to come because Rich McKay was too involved.
Yes, and because of the beefs that they created that Rich McKay created, because you got to remember Rich McKay, he's the head of the competition committee, and who tries to find more loopholes than Bill Belichick? They got a beef. Like they got like a little flip T.I. beef.
Okay.
Like they got a shorty low tip beef. Like T.I.'s beef with a lot of people. They got ludicrous T.I. beef. They got beef.
They got T.I. King beef.
They got T.I. King. No, they got T.I. and King beef. It's almost one of those situations where, you know, I can almost guarantee you that whenever Bill Belichick came, he was like, "Look, man, I've been telling you, I've been saying this once and one time only. I was stand on business."
Shut up.
I'm gonna stand on business. So look, you can say do what you want to do, but the stand on business award today going to me. Oh my goodness. So I feel like that. Unfortunately, I feel like so it was molded before in the past, and the crazy thing is that shouts out to Smitty Sports Machine. Smitty has been saying for the last 3 years that the reason we're in the situation we're in is because of Rich McKay.
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
Smitty's been saying that?
Yes,
Sports
Smitty,
Machine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Smitty
Astute
Sports
observation.
Machine. Yeah, and he's been saying that. Smitty's been saying like, look, we've been having all these struggles over and over and over again. It's like it got to be Rich McKay. He's the only person that's still been here.
That's still here. Yeah.
He was like, it's Rich McKay. And, you know, everybody would just kind of write it off and say, hey, I mean, he's not even a part of football operation. We were wrong.
Yep. Very wrong.
One thing that press conference kind of showed us is that them boys will piss on your head and tell you that it's raining. Like, they'll legitimately tell you one thing and do another, and then we just sitting there holding the bag. Because they said in that press conference verbatim that, we said that we were going to be competitive, you know, with the salary cap issues, but we knew we weren't going to be competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, they just came out and said it.
Oh, God.
So, you know, I know that, look, at the end of the day, we here to talk about Raheem the Dream. Also, shouts out to Ashley. She said threes up. She said threes up.
Threes up. Ash represent for the lady trade.
Wait a minute, the lady trade?
The lady trade.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the tradies? Oh, okay. She says, get the shirt printed. Bella scream. Hey, Coach Rody.
You know, Bella is one of my generals.
Shouts out to Bella. Da, da, da. That's a Superman shit. Oh my goodness, boy. Y'all done started with something with this 3 thing, boy. Y'all. Mike Hollywood says, give Ritter a chance to make the practice squad. Man, boy.
Oh, wow. So I'm seeing a couple of people in the comment. The most recent comment I saw was Tyler Russell saying how they feel like maybe Harbaugh was lost a little bit because of the McKay situation.
I feel like that could have been the case. You got to think about it. One of the reasons why Jim Harbaugh left the San Francisco 49ers is because they said that he didn't get along well with the front office. You and he got an opportunity to have his dream job in college. So, if you're coming here and it's like, Arthur Blank and Rich McKay, like Arthur Blank sitting at this big desk, and Rich McKay is sitting like on the smaller desk on the side. And they're like,
Oh my God.
they're like, look, we run this.
A little companion desk to the side. Oh my
They're sitting there like, look, we run this. You just coach the team. It's like basically, Rich McKay, he wanted them to do, like you see those videos on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I don't know if you've seen them. Whenever they bring a Whopper to a chef, like, hey chef, can you make my Whopper gourmet? Like that's basically what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring his Whopper to a coach and like, hey man, I need you to make this something like a 5-course meal. He's like, oh okay, I see what I can do. Then he'll take the Whopper, flip it upside down, and put some icing on it. He said it's a Whopper upside down cake. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Whopper upside down cake? Okay.
Shout out to Miss Donna. Miss Donna, she said, look, you have a top 10 defense with Ryan Nielsen, and you let him go. You just let him walk. Let him go to the Jaguars. And this is once again, this is one of the negatives that come from this situation. You have a guy on your squad who, you doubled your sack total. We've been screaming for years that we need to get more sacks. We finally get more sacks. Mm-hmm. We're top 10 defense, and we let the guy walk. I feel like that's whenever things started to change in the front office. I feel like, just like you mentioned with the Jim Harbaugh situation, I feel like everybody's seen what's going on in Atlanta, and it got to the point where it may have started to get so toxic where they said, hey, let's just bring in a guy who's a familiar face, who
well liked,
familiar face.
The city will probably like him.
The city will probably like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And,
comes with a good resume.
Comes with a good resume. And he could be Dan Quinn with a little bit more melanin. I mean, because one thing, and you mentioned this whenever we were talking today, Coach Ronan, it's like Dan Quinn wasn't a bad coach.
No, he wasn't a bad coach.
It's like as the roster started going down due to the salary cap restrictions that we had, like he couldn't overcome that. Mm-mm. So, I mean, that's something that we have to keep in mind. Another negative that we gotta talk about stand on business. That's right. Bill Belichick, like, look, I'm gonna stand on business. Bill Belichick, he's 72. He's like, Rich, why I oughta. Those old folks from back then. Whenever they fight like this right here.
Yeah.
They'll hold that fist next to the chin.
Mm-hmm. You gotta make like little circles.
Yeah, that's what they do. He's like, wait a minute, is that Rich? Because he's 70 something. Like, wait a minute, is that Rich? Why I oughta. Arthur Blank, Bill, calm down.
Dre True's statement says before you make your next point, we got 270 people in the chat. Y'all get them threes up and hit them likes. Hit that like button.
Hit the like button. I don't know about threes.
Those who know about them threes.
Oh man, my homeboy Jay is in here. He says, "Look, man, he said Steve Wilson's more qualified than Raheem Morris." And I mean, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the connection to the team.
He don't have the connection to the team. Once again, it seems like the Atlanta Falcons kind of isolated themselves. With the way that they've been running this organization for a while, and hopefully, moving forward, we can see some strides in the positive direction. What's going on, C-Dub? What's going on, Coach Roy?
Shout out to William Amy. It's organic, about whatever.
Oh, Lord.
Demetrius Jeffrey throwing up the threes in the chat.
Oh, Lord.
C-double, there you go. But what I was going to ask you was to share with them what you said when you first found out about Raheem Morris getting the job. The thing that you said you felt was the biggest drawback, the thing that made you a little hesitant.
Imagine playing the Detroit Lions in 2020. You're getting ready to win the game. All you need is a field goal. You accidentally score a touchdown. You accidentally fall in the end zone. You score a touchdown. The Detroit Lions get the ball, and they drive down the field in 20 seconds. 20 seconds. A lot of people can't run down the field in 20 seconds. They drive down the field, get everybody in formation. No offsides, no nothing. They drive down the field in 20. So you lost the game twice. You lost the game twice. You out there, boom, fell in the end zone. Then you can't stop them from scoring a touchdown. Yeah.
See that, and okay,
That's-
so see,
that's
Dope
what rubs
said
me
he
the
can
wrong way.
forgive Raheem Morris for that. He blames Dirk Cutter, but I don't see how you can blame that man for that.
That's part of clock management. Like, so
But everyone said he was told not to score. It was made clear. Everyone knew that was the plan. Gurley literally said, I got caught up. It's in my nature to score, so
And
I just scored.
and I understand that. Sometimes the body, sometimes the muscle memory takes
Yeah.
over. But once again, you just had to hold them. They had 20 seconds. You just had to hold them. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about, would it be one of them situations where whenever Raheem Morris comes back and brings his defense, is he going to be playing this soft shell defense like Dan Quinn initially incorporated, where the defense always got burnt?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
worried about that. It was so nice not having that this year.
it was always good, whenever they dropped back to pass, knowing that you had a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was always great.
Yeah.
But I mean, one thing that we can acknowledge, somebody who knows the game a whole lot better than us, Jesse Bates and AJ Terrell, the two leaders of that defense, expressed on Twitter how excited they were to have Raheem Morris on the team.
That's cool. The team seems like they're rallying behind them.
Yes. And that's also a positive that I wanted to acknowledge, because one thing that we have to consider is, I feel like Raheem Morris. Can you bring me a beer? 'Cause I feel like it's one of the situations where Raheem Morris is going to relate to the players a little bit more than how Arthur Smith did, or how even Bill Belichick would relate to him. Think about it. You got Kyle Pitts, AJ Terrell, a slew of other players that are coming up on the end of their contracts. It's one of them situations where they could possibly relate a little bit better to a Mr. Raheem Morris than, the than Bill Belichick. So if Kyle Pitts starts to get down in his feelings and he don't know, if he wants to stay or not, you'll have somebody there in a Raheem Morris who might be able to get along a little bit better with Kyle Pitts than than Bill Belichick or Arthur Smith. I mean, I know that everybody said that they loved Arthur Smith, but at the end of the day, you kind of trained to say that your guy is the guy. I'm a dog. 555 says Big Low. Can we please get a quarterback? You ride with Ritter, or should we explore draft the free agency? Oh, trust me, Bo. We finna get into that. We getting into that one, Bo. We jumping in that pool. We skinny dipping in that pool. My view, he said no sack Saturdays. Yes. And Brian Peoples, he also said that Grady Jarrett expressed his pleasure as well. But as far as another negative that we have to consider is that is the simple fact that Raheem Morris had a losing record whenever he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can check on it. Okay, so Raheem Morris went 21-38 as the head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2009, he went 3-13, finished fourth in the NFC South. Now, 2010 was a crazy year. I don't know if y'all remember that year. That's whenever the NFC South was the best division in football. They went 10-6 and they finished third. That's crazy, guys. Think about that. in 2010, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finished 10-6, and they finished third in the division. 2011, they finished 4-12, ended up being fourth in the division. And then they also have 2020 on here when he went 4-7 for the Atlanta Falcons, and we finished last in the division. So I mean, that's a negative to me. Now, and I'm gonna touch on this too, Dre. Yeah, I think we might promote him, or I think he still could be the assistant head coach. But it's one of those situations where I hit up my uncle. He's a big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, and I asked him. I said, "Hey man, like, what are we getting with the Raheem Morris?" And he's real big on. Shouts out to my homeboy Payo Time. He says, "Enjoy Raheem, a great guy, and I think this is a great hire for the Falcons. He is a smart football mind." Thank you so much, Payo Time. I make sure you try to check out my boy Payo over there. Payo Time giving out that knowledge on them Rams. But yeah, I mean, so he said that Raheem Morris, my uncle, who's a huge Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, says that he's a player's coach. He said that it's one of them situations. Thank you so much, baby. He says it's one of them situations where he said that he's a smart football mind. I'll give me 1 second. I gotta take my business line out. I don't want y'all to see me doing it. Give me 1 second. Man, that's a good picture.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of
Shouts
comments
out to
in the
Q.
chat asking about Jerry Gray.
Yeah.
They're wondering if he's going to stay, if he's going to be moved to the defensive coordinator. What's going to happen with him?
I think he's still going to be the assistant head coach.
Would that be higher than a defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he was moved to defensive coordinator, that'd be a demotion.
Yeah. So I think he's still going to be the assistant head coach. And I think it's going to be one of the situations where he's going to be heavily involved with that defense. Because, that assistant coach, he's the one that kind of makes sure that, kind of keeps an eye out on practice and, he's the one that kind of makes sure that checks out everything in practice and make sure that, if he sees any abnormalities or if he sees somebody who's shining, bring it up to the coach and they can bring it to the committee where they can kind of talk about, if somebody needs to get promoted, kind of like Clark Phillips did this year. I'm pretty sure that was a Jerry Gray sighting. Shouts out to Coach Willie Doc. He says, thank you for the emergency coaches meeting, Bo. Love the hire. We also love that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chant. Much love to you, Coach Willie Doc. Archangel says, I'm not a Falcons fan, but Morris is a great choice. Now grab a good quarterback. Yes. Shouts out to you, Archangel. Thanks so much for coming in here and chopping it up with us.
You need to read Dre True Statements comments right after Willie Doc's super chat.
Oh, okay. Dre says, another...
Representing that free life.
What in the world? Like, how do we get
Read
here?
his comments.
How do we get here? Dre says, another negative is he will probably bring back that weak cover 3.
3-8.
Okay. Hashtag 3G. All right, I'm done for the night. Jay, why you encouraging her? Like, what in the world?
The one that came up with the
3, Y'all crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Y'all typing like Cam Newton. So, now we got our quarterback. I'm pretty sure y'all seen a lot of the great Atlanta Falcons content creators come on YouTube and their other respective platforms and talk about what we're going to do for a quarterback. For a head coach for a long time. Now we've resolved that issue. So, with that being said, we just got to talk about it, y'all. We got work to do. It's like, yeah, we got a coach. It might not be the coach that everybody wanted. It might not be the coach that some people wanted, but one thing that we do know is that he has a great relationship with a lot of players that are on the team, and he's very well liked throughout the league and respected throughout the league. And a lot of people say that. I was talking to Jack Spade today. Shouts out to One Time for the Fan. He was saying that it's one of them situations where he's not a big name coach, but who's to say he doesn't come here to create his name? Like, remember, Bill Belichick, he had a losing record with the Cleveland Browns before he coached the New England Patriots. First few years with the Patriots weren't the best. And then he turned it around and went on a historic run. It was there for 25, 26 years. So it's one of those things that can be done. Moving forward, we got to figure out. We got a few things that we need to figure out. We got to round out the rest of this coaching staff. We need an offensive and defensive coordinator. We had one on the roster, but we decided to let him walk. The old dog never came back home. Also, we got to figure out what we're going to do with the quarterback position. We got work to do, y'all. But everybody was saying for the last, 2 or 3 weeks? 3 weeks? Everybody been saying for the last 3 weeks, hey, like, why aren't they letting Terry cook?
All right.
Terry's cooking now.
Yep.
So it's all on Terry now.
Yeah.
So, moving forward, is it going to be one of those situations where Rich McKay, he's going to be looking with his arms crossed, saying, I told you so? Or, is this going to discredit Rich McKay moving forward? Excuse me. Now, if it's one of those cases where if Terry Fontenot had say so in who we drafted or who we brought in as the head coach, that's actually huge because that means that they could work together legitimately moving forward. So all of these years, whenever we seen Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff together, I always felt like that was kind of placated. Excuse me.
Which man?
I always felt like they kind of put on, like for the cameras. Like, I always felt like they was just like, yeah, because they always talked about, we work together and we collaborate on everything.
You don't feel like that was true?
No. No. I feel like Rich McKay was in the back.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the case. Some of the decisions that we made over the years, they just didn't make any sense. Grandma said, Bill Kuntry destroyed that beer.
Much weaker than moonshine. Goes down a lot easier.
Much weaker than water.
Or water.
You dry snitching over there. Oh, man. Archangel says, you guys need to grab Justin Fields while he's getting dangled by the Bears before he gets moved. Probably get him for cheap. So what I've heard the second and a fourth pick.
A second, and we have an extra second.
We have an extra second pick. So, I also know that if we brought Calvin Ridley back, if I'm not mistaken, and Coach Staffy, y'all let me know if I'm wrong, but if we brought Calvin Ridley back, if I'm not mistaken, I think we would get a 3rd round pick from the Jaguars. So, imagine that offense with an offensive coordinator who could draw up some passing schemes. Now, we seen what Sean McVay did this past season with Kieran Williams. He went off like the last 10 weeks of the season, and they obviously throw the ball well. Nakua is definitely a candidate for Rookie of the Year. Him, C.J. Stroud, and Bijan Robinson are my top picks for Offensive Rookie of the Year. But if Zach Robinson, if he had a big part in doing that, we could have something special on our hands.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
If it's one of them situations where he's legit the grandbaby of Kyle Shanahan, the coach of grandbaby of Kyle Shanahan, we could be doing something special. Also, I need y'all to do a country boy a favor if you don't mind. If you had a chance to do it yet, Coach Ron, you hit the like button?
Yes, of course.
She didn't hit the like button. So, if y'all could, somebody please let me know what the like what the like button count is, and just -1 because Coach Ronnie didn't hit that like button. If you could do that for me, I would definitely and greatly appreciate it.
C Double was in the chat. He was like, "What's up with all the threes?"
See, Dub, bro, Coach Ronnie done made this imaginary game.
Well, you know what's crazy is Drake's statement told him it was a lifestyle. Jamie Payne threw up them threes. Then C Double threw up them threes and said, "I'm in."
What? Oh my God.
And shout out to Chris B. He said today is the 25th. 5 minus 2. 3
What? How we get here? Jay says, yeah, we would get another third round pick. Golly, you can't escape it. You can't escape it. Dre says we got 150 likes. Appreciate that, Dre. So that means we got 149 likes. Much love. C Dust says 154. Much love. Thank everybody for hitting the like button. I definitely and greatly appreciate that. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do, guys. So we gotta, like I said, we gotta finish putting this coaching staff together. And when I say coaching staff, that's not just the offense coordinator, defense coordinator. We're talking about offense, defense, special teams coach, all the positional coaches, your conditioning coaches. I mean, everybody comes into play. You know, we got to work on things like logistics, how we travel, what everybody's responsibility is. All of those things come into play. So he has to come in and put all that stuff in motion, so we don't be looking unorganized. You know, how do we do our substitutions in game? You know, all of that has to flow perfectly. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That's one thing that I look at to tell how well the team is coached up. You know, whenever you see guys start to run out there and then they stop and turn around, they trying to figure out who's supposed to go on the field, and people looking confused, and somebody just runs out there. Somebody didn't do their job. Granddad says, Big Low Kuntry, Coach Raheem Morris about to drop that black man justice. What the word? With the Falcons fans? Yo, Big Low Kuntry and Coach Ronnie. What it is, where you at, who you be with, things to make you smile, what numbers to dial.
You know, okay, so this is an interesting point that somebody was making. Oh, shoot, I lost the comment.
Scouting department, that's true.
Down here in the chat, Jamie Payne. There's been a couple of questions asking about Ridley, if he could come back, possibly, if that was an option. And she said, or he said that Ridley didn't want to go, so we could get him back and get a quarterback.
I mean that's true. That's true.
So I remember when Ridley wrote the article. I think it was like for Sports Illustrated.
I believe so. Yes.
He wrote this long article just talking about the struggles.
Beautiful.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was well written. Talking about the struggles he went through growing up as a kid, and then how he got in the NFL and how it helped make his dreams come true, but he was still feeling like less than. Because of what he had gone through. But in that article, he hinted a lot toward how he was reaching out, saying he was having like mental health issues, and a coach or a higher up did not want to hear him.
Yep.
And did not want to help him.
I remember
and he
that.
kind of felt like he couldn't stay because of that. Now, I don't know who that coach or higher up might be, but there have been a lot of people fired and let go. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be an environment where he would possibly want to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like it all starts. at the top, right? So, we got to talk about it. It's a head of the snake conversation. And I feel like everybody's going to follow the head man in charge. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm just going to say it. I feel like Calvin really didn't get the support that he should have gotten from Arthur Smith. All the way to the point where he left, because the thing about football is a family. I mean, I know that we go into the whole organizational things, and I know that we talk about it being a business and things like that. But once you're signed with this team, even in the pro level, you hear all the pros tell you, like, yes, we make money doing this, but we're a family. And I feel like the organization didn't give him the support that he needed to the point where he had to leave. And that's one of the things that the head coach is supposed to do. Head coach runs the team. He runs everything he runs everything on the team on the field. And if it affects you mentally, where you're affected negatively on the field, and it obviously affected him negatively because he didn't even get on the field. That was the head coach's responsibility, and Arthur Smith failed Calvin Ridley in that particular situation.
So saying all that to say, would you want him back?
I would want Calvin Ridley back. Yes,
do?
yes, I do. Yes, I would love to have Calvin Ridley back. Raheem Morris, you got to think about it. Raheem Morris, he was the wide receiver coach here when Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones were killing the league.
In we also had Matt Ryan
in 2019. Yeah, so yeah, Matt Ryan.
Let's not act like that didn't have a lot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it had a lot to do with it, but I'm just saying, it's like he was their positional coach.
So we would still need that quarterback piece.
Oh, you obviously need it. Like, look, don't think you've been stick Desmond Ritter in there and everything's fine. You bet not come to me with that. If you come to me with that, Bo, it's.
I still like this. I still want them to see if he can develop into something, but we do need a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch him on the practice squad. Like
okay.
Yeah, every Monday through Thursday, you can see what he's capable of doing. Just don't let him play in front of those lights.
You're the one that called him Desmond Winter, and now all of a sudden you talking about the practice squad.
I did, but you know that old song.
What?
Everybody plays a fool sometimes. No exception to the rule.
Listen,
baby. Yes. I played the fool in that situation. Look, I ain't never scared to say I'm wrong. I be wrong all the time. And you see me backpedaling like, oh, well, wait. I mean, we gotta look. No, I was wrong. I thought he could be a winner. He was a winner in college. He wasn't a winner in the pros. It didn't work. We put look. You remember when you was a toy? I mean, whenever you was young, you had a toy.
I was never a toy.
Like Buzz Lightyear. But
okay.
Anyway, you remember when you was young, you had a toy, and you played with the toy and the batteries went dead.
Yeah. And
then you would like go get a battery out of something else.
The remote or something like that.
And you would hope it would work.
Yeah.
There's rid with that battery that we hope will work. And it didn't work.
It wouldn't work. Dang.
You be disappointed too, boy.
Yeah.
You're like, man, boy, I want to play with this thing, but it was what it was. Oh, Tyrell says, what, he run away from first down mark? Yeah, he was.
That was during the time he was having the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did forget about that.
Yeah, he was. But I mean, he was one of the most efficient wide receivers in the league at that time. I mean, and one of our needs are at wide receiver. It's like, and you never know. Why somebody said Trey Mob? What's going on?
Jamie Payne came in there representing them threes. Shout out. Then Moffy came in talking about 3 gang. Uno, dos, tres, mob on 3. 1, 2, 3.
What in the world? How did we get here? Crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no more Ritter. No more. I think there's a Ritter's on the 3 gang too.
You said y'all be trying to, and that's why I wanted to give him a chance. On 3rd string. Let's go.
Say he on 3rd string, Coach Roder. Oh man, he pulled a Logan Woodside. Oh, C-Dub says, I follow you on IG, man. Oh, I appreciate that, C-Dub. Much love to you. Thank you so much.
IG.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we at Big Low Kuntry. At Big Low Kuntry. Check us out on IG. We put some videos out where, we just have a good time. I actually, I was doing some dancing on there the last time. Oh my mama.
Go check it out.
Yeah, I can't. I get into it sometimes. Like Dre True Statement, he said, I'm honestly good on Ridley. So
yeah, he's like, no, thank you.
So look, in honor of 3 gang, if you're good on Ridley, like Dre, put a 3 in the chat. if you would like to see Calvin Ridley back, help fill the need at the wide receiver position, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know what you think. I want to know. That's a trifling song, though. Tyler Russell says, I think that was his last year. To be fair, okay. You talking about when he was running backwards? He showed up for moonwalking. He was moonwalking, Mo. Motown 25. Dre, bad memes, ruined dreams. 12, with Jay. They all say they good on Ridley. They say they don't want him back.
I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the 3 gang representing, and then I'm seeing some 4.
Well, is it just that everybody's representing the 3s, or is it they legit don't want him back?
Don't try to dilute this movie.
I ain't trying to dilute nothing. I ain't trying to dilute nothing. I'm just saying, like, is it, is it genuine? That's my question.
Y'all see what he did, right?
What I do?
He saw that the 3s were taking over the chat. So then he goes, well, y'all answer this question. Put a 3 in the chat if you want to answer this question. Then he's trying to act like the 3 gang ain't running these YouTube streams. Don't have his comments all up and through representing the 3s. Stop it, Big Low. Stop it.
Okay, all right. Since you want to do it like that, if y'all feel like Archie Smith should not. Wait a minute. If you feel like Archie Smith,
nobody's listening to you. 3, 3, 3. Gang.
If you feel like Archie Smith should be the head coach again, put a 3 in the chat. If not,
hey Trey Gang, cool it right now. Arthur Smith would say, "Cool it, fellas."
Arthur Blank.
She's it, fellas.
Cool it, you naked poops. They got a few 4s. Red Swan, Lamar in here. They say 4. They said that they would consider it. But Dre, he says 3. Mike 3. Danny Jones 3. D.A. Hunter. I'm a dog. They said they would consider getting Calvin Ridley back. I mean, I think. I mean, maybe it's one of them situations where his he's cleared his mind, and it's one of them situations where he's considering coming back. So that could be one of those things. With the doc said, "Boy, bye." So I mean, look. I mean, it's Dre talk. We sitting this one out, gang. Y'all crazy.
Tyler said, "With the mustache or without?" Arthur Smith, with the mustache or without? Which Arthur Smith?
With the mustache. I mean, he lost regardless. Like,
yeah, it was 7 and 10. Either way.
It was 7 and 10. No matter how you frame it, it was the same thing over and over again. Oh, wait a minute. I see we got a few followers on IG. Shout out to everybody just followed us. Aaron Mitchell, C-Dub, much love to y'all. Follow on the old country boy on IG. Jamie Payne said, "Love you guys." Much love to you, Jamie. Much love to you. Yeah, I mean, so moving forward, we got those things to figure out. We got to figure out a coaching staff. We need a quarterback. Question is, how we're going to get the quarterback.
Boy, that's a good question.
That's the question. That's $1 million question.
Are we drafting? Are we trading?
I feel like since we're going with, I mean, I know he's 47, but I feel like he still feels like a young Thundercat to me. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we draft the guy. I feel like you kind of have to draft the guy, even if you do get a veteran guy, so you can have a succession plan moving forward. I mean, but I could be wrong. But, I mean, I really feel like the Atlanta Falcons brass, they're looking at what C.J. Stroud's doing over there. They're looking at what Anthony Richardson was doing in Indianapolis before he went ahead and unceremoniously, got hurt. And, I mean, there stays Brock Purdy, for the last couple of years, he's been killing the league. I feel like it's one of the situations where, they kind of gotta get a guy, right? I mean, we missed with Marcus Mariota. I mean, how? I don't know. I don't know how we missed with Marcus Mariota.
Oh, my gosh.
We missed with Desmond Ridder, so we missed with Taylor Heineke. T-Dub said sign Cam Newton and draft Daniels. Boy, bye. I can't do Cam.
You don't want to do Cam?
I can't do Cam.
Why can't you do Cam? He's an Atlanta native.
I know he is.
Shout out to Westlake.
Westlake. Shouts out to Westlake. I can't do him. Cam, I know that you on YouTube. Please don't get mad at me if you see this video. Don't call me out.
He's not going to see it. But why don't you...
Cam, if you see this, don't call me out.
He's not going to see it.
Much love to you.
You can't represent that Trey gang if you do see it. Why don't you want Cam?
Um, I feel like it would hurt Cam's legacy
To come here?
if he came here now.
Why?
It's like we still trying to figure things out, and I don't feel like it's Cam's responsibility to help us figure things out.
Mm.
I feel like if he would have been 6, 7 years into his career, and I know that he loves Charlotte, and he set the world on fire in Charlotte. If he was like 6, 7 years into his career in Charlotte, and like he realized things just wasn't working because they didn't really give Cam any help. And if he said, "Hey, I want to come to Atlanta at that time,"
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
That's different than right now.
That's different than now because Cam, he'll be the first to tell you that he ain't, he don't have the same skills and abilities that he once had. By the time it's undefeated, you know. But at the end of the day, he's still Cam Newton. You see, I'm talking so respectfully, just in case Cam see this. I got nothing but love for you, Cam. Cam big.
Yeah, he's big.
He could run up on me, and then I had to do that old man shuffle on him. Wait up there, y'all thought the cat.
He's about the same age as me.
Cam younger than me.
I went to school with him. He's
I know
about
you
the
did.
same age.
He younger than you too.
Oh, barely. Shout out to 330. He came in the chat. He said, first name 3, last name Dirty.
Wait, what? 3? No, bro, you done jumped on that too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. Leave Cam at the cigar bar. I think his time was just done. I'm a dog said, what about third and short Cam? Look, third and short Cam was undefeated. you couldn't beat with Cam in the goal line situations unless Deion Jones is across the way from him. Cam was undefeated. Deion Jones tattooed Cam. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
somebody help him.
Help, please. Help, please.
You know it'd be rough whenever you take the L out.
Help him. Help him, y'all.
That's what I said. Like, somebody better help him. He's stumbling and bumbling. Try to dance to the end zone. Like, okay. The whole 4-5 came through there and did him in. Yeah. I'm like, oh. We was at that game too, whatever.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we was at that game. Clean the clock, bro. He tried to dance to the end zone. 4-5 just creep around the edge. Bam! I was like, oh, help him. Somebody help him. Oh my goodness, boy. Y'all off the chain. Well, what Trucker Bite talk? I just realized Blaine equals Super Mario.
What? What?
Wait a minute. He do look like Super Mario.
Does he look like Super Mario?
You sure don't do. I ain't much think about it, man. You a fool, man.
Oh my god.
You a fool. Xavier says, I just want to beat them Cowboys next year. That's I think that's everyone's sentiment. We can't we can't stand the boys. I'm a dog said he was there when old Dion popped him. Yeah, he popped him. Lit him on fire. Bullet says, I'll take Russ, but he better watch out for Future. I mean, so that's the question. What do we do at quarterback? I mean, do we want to go with Justin Fields? Do we want to get a veteran quarterback like a Russell Wilson or a Kirk Cousins? Or do we draft the young Thundercat? What do you think, Coach Rogers?
You know what? I really don't know, because now that we know the coach, I'm like, should he get a chance to like wipe the slate clean and start over with somebody new, or does it make sense to be safe and get somebody can throw the ball and get it down the field? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you draft a young Thundercat. I feel like you move up.
But what if they don't pan out?
You don't know if you don't try. I mean, think about it. We haven't been doing it, and how's that been working out for us?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the 3 gang. It's like, they haven't been around until today.
Don't talk about the 3 gang unless you're in the 3 gang.
Wait, what?
There you go.
I created the 3 games.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I did.
I created the 3 games.
No, you did
Yes,
not.
I did.
Are you kidding me right
Yes,
now?
I created it.
How did you create it?
What, nobody be saying 3 if it wasn't for me?
I said it was a gang. I
Yo,
said to put the threes.
But
I said to give another option and put the threes in the chat. You didn't have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, but
You see how you trying to take over my gang because the movement is successful?
I'm the leader.
Trey gang.
I'm the leader.
We know who's real.
I'm the leader of the Trey gang. That's me all day.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm the leader. I'm the king. I'm the kingpin. Hey, Trey gang.
No. No.
Hey, Trey gang.
No.
Somebody's getting out of line over here.
Oh my god.
Somebody might need a hand to that.
Okay.
Oh,
He's
man.
trying to take over my gang. Not happening, bro. Trey gang is a family.
I put it to you like this
And
right
you
here.
looking real unfamiliar right now.
I put it to you like this. If Big Nose, the leader of Trey gang, put a 3 in the chat.
Wow.
That's it. That's the
Wow.
only option. That's the only option.
Wow.
Nah, we know it's your game, Coach Ronan. I'm just playing.
That's what Frisbee said. And now we have a power struggle within the game. Drake's statement. Big Low, you're my guy, but you look unfamiliar in Trey
Where?
gang.
How the leader look unfamiliar? I'm trying to figure out. Oh man, Lamar says we need to trade. We need to trade that 3rd pick. Trey gang. Like, what's going on?
I don't see no threes.
Because I told her not to do it.
Threes.
I told her not to do it. I said y'all chill out on that. I don't do that.
I didn't even have to say don't
Because-
do it. Trey gang knows what's up.
I
Trey
said,
gang knows what's up.
I said, don't do it because we don't want to disrespect the 3. You know how you don't walk on the logo. You don't disrespect the 3. That's one of the rules. That's one.
Moving on. Let's go back. Let you stick to the football talk and let me stick to the street game recruiting.
That's one of the rules. That's what I say. Oh man. Oh man, y'all crazy, man. But look, I mean, so moving forward, we just gotta realize that we still got a lot of work to do. We have the potential to be a playoff team, but the biggest thing we just got to figure out who's the coordinators. Once we verify who's the coordinators, that's going to be the biggest thing. Because once again, I'm telling y'all, the coach is cool, but the coach doesn't do all of the daily coaching. At the end of the day, that's your coordinators and your positional coaches, and that's the one thing that we have to keep in mind. So even though we got Raheem Morris, or even if we would have gotten Bill Belichick or Jim Harbaugh, the positional coaches and the offense and the coordinators are what's most important. Drake, he said, we crazy. So, I mean, moving forward, if we
Wait, I'm sorry. Wes Everett jumped in the chat. He said, I just came in and I have no clue what's going on, but 3? Welcome to the game, Wes.
Wait a minute, how Wes
Trey
get in?
gang.
How Wes get in? He just said, oh, I don't think he understand. You understand what he just got into? Melissa says, Big Low, blank screw Bill Belichick, and I love it. Super Bowl payback. Dang, it's like that. Shout out to you, Miss Lady T. She said, congratulations on the new coach.
Shout out Lady T.
Much love, Coach. Much love. Yeah. I mean, we got to look at this coaching staff, William Amy. See what we're capable of doing. We still have we still got a great offensive line coach. We still have Jerry Gray on the squad. And moving forward, if we can make some moves and get some guys to really coach up these young Thundercats that we got, we could do something huge. If we do trade for Justin Fields, and somehow we could keep or trade back up into the first round, we could legitimately get a perennial pass rusher. We legitimately can. So, I mean, that's why. Labario, He says Kirk Cousins. He says, or we go off and get a veteran like Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I heard that. They talk about Zach Robinson's going to be the next OC, Will. Mike said Big Low is a genius. Big Low is a genius.
Well, what about Labario Monaghan? He asked about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I was just talking about that. Yeah, so I mean that's another option. You know, a few of the content creators that I've been speaking to today, because we talk all the time, and like they were saying, like, hey man, like Raheem Morris is like he might very well go off and get a veteran quarterback. Like he's making these decisions now, so it's like I guess one thing that we have to consider is how much time is Arthur Blank giving him. If Arthur Blank if he's giving him control, him and Terry Fontenot control to do what they want to do, it's one of those cases where they could just go ahead and draft their guy for the future because they plan on staying there long term. I don't know if anybody heard the reports. One reason why the front office, not just Rich McKay, but the front office was like, I don't know if I want to ride with Bill Belichick, is because they were saying that it's going to destroy their front office and they're going to be out of jobs.
It's going to destroy their front office. Why?
Because Bill Belichick is going to want to bring in all of his people, all of his own front office and scouting
he's
people.
going to want front office people too?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bit much.
So Terry Fontenot.
That's a bit much for somebody that's just chasing a record.
Exactly.
To be honest, he just wants 13 wins or whatever, and then he's ready to move
16,
on.
yeah.
16, yeah.
So I can see why Terry Fontenot and other people in the front office are like, yeah, like we'll be better off just doing this ourselves. So, I mean, it's something that definitely makes sense. Lady, she said, Big Low, I saw you on the Out of Your Falcon Buying podcast during the Saints game. Looks like it hurt. It hurt. J. True statement says Raheem has stated before he likes Russell Wilson, but that was many years ago, or that was years ago. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he could very well go off and get Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, I mean, I know a lot of people say he's on the decline, but he had a whole heck of a lot better season than Desmond Ridder had. 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 4,000 plus yards. We could have been in the playoffs with those types of numbers.
With those numbers, we would have won the division.
We won the division. So, I mean, that's something to keep in mind. Chuck and Mike said, give me Kinfolk Kurt. All them chains and no shirt on his wild boy mode.
I'm a wild boy. I love that song.
That's all it was riding.
Yeah.
That's all it was riding. Granddaughter says, our guy Big Low is winning all day and twice on game day. Not this past season. For the last 3 seasons, I ain't been winning twice on game day. Definitely, man. But yeah, I mean, we moving forward this offseason, I think it's going to be fun. We got some good young energy. Terry Fontenot, Raheem Morris, they got a chance to make this team their own. My brother, he had a box Chevy back in the day. He bought it from this older couple. They had like 30,000 miles on it. This was in the early 2000s. So what do you think he did with it?
What did he do?
He made it his own.
Early 2000, he put some rims on it.
He put some 22-inch Daytons on it, and 415s, fancy radio. He made it his own. It was a nice clean car before, but he made it his own. That same car, that many people would have commented on it, but after he did what he did to it, it became something special. So moving forward, maybe the Falcons might get it. And, maybe we'll be singing that Pastor Troy song. My box Chevy, box Chevy. Oh, oh man. C Double says Jesse Bates wears 3.
So did Lamar.
And Chris B says, and Russell Wilson's jersey number is 3. Okay. Lord have mercy. How do we get here? I mean, I know I created the game, but how do we get here? Oh man. Well, look, I definitely appreciate everybody coming on, chopping it up. with us tonight as we celebrate the hiring of our new head coach. Once again, I know he might not be the guy that everybody wanted, but I guess this is a chance where we can sit and think: are we a fan of the coach? Or are we a fan of the logo? That's the decision that we have to ask ourselves. The coaches' meetings and everything will still be going on because we're a fan of the logo. We want to see Raheem Morris come in and be successful, and we don't know. He could legitimately have a better record than Jim Harbaugh does with the Los Angeles Chargers. We legit don't know. But what I can tell you and what I can ask from you is make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. If you're in any Falcons groups, any sports groups, any podcast groups, and you think somebody might want to watch this content, feel free to share it over there. Also, make sure that you hit that like button, and if you haven't yet, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of great content coming for y'all this off season. Also, just like C-Dub said a little bit earlier, make sure that you follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Let's see here. Okay, I was checking to see if anybody else follows us on Instagram. But make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, we're going to...
Make sure you throw them threes in the chat. 3 gang. See you next time. Woo-hoo, 3 gang.
What in the world? What in the world, Bo?